Hello, this video is going to show you how to generate the community meals pack list for Navos and Harborview. So we're going to be starting today in the CM pack list workbook, and we're going to be starting on the reference sheet inside the workbook. So this is what the reference sheet looks like. You have a day of the week column, you have an item name column, mains, sides, menu items, and then you have this separate little date table over here. There are a few hidden columns in here, and basically what those are they are just either concatenations of other columns, or they are just some explanatory things that help feed into the VLOOKUPs present in other sheets in this workbook. They're not anything you need to worry about, and I have them hidden just to keep them from being edited or accidentally changed. The only things that I have visible here are things that will help act as guideposts to make sure that things are being entered correctly. So what you're going to do inside of the sheet when you're ready to start creating the list is you are going to only be typing in two columns in this sheet. You're going to be typing in the mains column, and you're going to be typing in the date column. So first thing that you want to do when you're ready to make these pack lists is you want to input the menu for the upcoming week. This is set for Tuesday through Monday. And when we are entering these menu items, it's important to remember that we are packing for day of delivery for dinner and day before delivery for breakfast and lunch. So what that means is that in these Tuesday slots, what I actually have entered here are Wednesday's breakfast and lunch and Tuesday's dinner. So I like to use first the client facing menu. So if I am making this menu for next week, which is going to be the 10th through the 16th of delivery of breakfast and lunch, I'm going to start here with this bacon, egg, and cheese English muffin sandwich for the breakfast. So I'm going to come back over to my pack list workbook, and I'm going to type bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. Now, I am taking out English muffin because it is a long title. It is not necessary. People are going to look at that and know what it means. I am also not going to put the fruit because the fruit is already accounted for in this column. This sides column is doing a lot of work for us. This sides column is coming over here and reading the item name column and then generating the static sides from there. And the menu items column is then combining all of that into this final result, which is what is present over here in this sheet. Now, we have the bacon, egg, and cheese in there. I now see that the next thing down, I don't have to put anything for milk or chef selection snack because those stay the same all the time. I'm going to come down here to regular Harborview dinner. I'm going to come back. I'm going to look at what the dinner is. We've got Penang beef curry and brown rice, seasonal veg, seasonal salad with dressing. Okay. All I need to put in here is Penang beef curry. I happen to know that rice is a two-touch. It is a separate thing. It's being sent separately. And that's all I'm going to put there because seasonal salad and dressing already accounted for. It's already being pulled into here. That's all I need to do. When I get down to vegetarian breakfast, I am going to come over to the kitchen menu. And I'm going to look at this tab right here because it's going to show me all of the breakfast items. And I see that the vegetarian version is a tomato, egg, and cheese. And so that's what I'm going to type in here is going to be tomato, egg, and cheese sandwich. And then you are just going to continue to go about this in the exact same way for each item. In this for dinner, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to look at Penang beef curry, which might be in the week before, since we are looking at, yep, there it is. Penang tofu curry is what I'm going to put in for that next item menu. AF Penang beef curry, rice, soft is the same, and that auto generates there. So now I'm going to come back here. I have entered Tuesday's dinner, Wednesday's breakfast. I just need to enter Wednesday's lunch now, turkey and provolone sandwich. I'm going to put turkey and cheese because sometimes what we have on hand is different than what is expected. And so if we keep things as generic as possible in that sense, that will really help. I happen to know that this is a hummus and cheese sandwich, an AF turkey, and a soft turkey and cheese. So those are all already entered. And you'll see that I do have mayonnaise here. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to check. I'm going to come to this first day and I'm going to look. It doesn't say anything for pack with. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that mayonnaise. If it does say pack with, it will put an option. And then you just need to check with the packing team to see what they would prefer we use. So I'm just going to remove that. And I now have 1 full day's entered. Couple things I want to mention. There are some hidden rows here. Those are accounting for Navos dinner. These rows that are hidden, I will show you here as an example, are set to simply copy what is being listed for the Harborview dinner. There we go. So that equals E5. So whatever I change in here, if I were to change this to tofu curry, that would change as well. This is still working in the background. It's nothing else you have to worry about. I'm going to go ahead and rehide that. So the reason that this is this way is so that you only have to put it in once. I'm going to change this back to the beef curry. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go ahead and enter these exactly in that pattern for the entire week at once. You only have to do this once for an entire week's worth of pack list. Once you have entered the entire week's worth, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to come over here and you're going to change to your dates of delivery. So we are starting on 0409. I'm going to go ahead and press enter and I'm going to click on this and just drag it all the way down. So you now have your menu items entered for the entire week. You have your dates set. You are done with this sheet. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to come over to orders. The only thing that you need to interact with in this entire sheet is this one yellow cell. I am going to change this to my first day of delivery and I'm going to hit enter and you will see it is now pulling in all of the information that you have entered in the reference sheet. It is organizing it. It is splitting it out into separate rows. It is getting all of this information for you. And the date is set to equal B for this top one for the entire sheet. So you really only need to enter one date and you are done with this sheet. The next thing that you are doing is you're going to go over to pack list pivot. I'm going to click anywhere in this sheet, anywhere that you need to click, anywhere in this pivot table. That's what you want to do. You want to click not anywhere in the sheet, anywhere in the pivot table. You're going to come up to pivot table analyze and you're going to hit refresh. We can do this because that size of the order sheet never changes because we have lots of blank rows here. So as long as this does not exceed what you have, then you can just go ahead and press refresh and it will automatically update and pull all that information in. I'm going to select this whole row here and I'm going to change it to 14 because sometimes these newer items will not update to the right size. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and this is set on Harborview. I'm going to come over here into my address pivot where all of the address information is housed. I'm going to use this slicer. I'm going to click Harborview Medical Respite. And then I'm going to come over to my print copy. This is a dynamic title. It is pulling in from the order sheet what date we have input. It is pulling in from the filters which site, and there is a preset print area. So once you have done this, all you're going to do is go to File, Print. I'm going to print this to PDF, and I have now generated the Harbor Medical Respite pack list. If I want to print Navos next, I'm going to click back into pack list pivot and click Navos 2, which will automatically update. Sometimes when you switch between Harborview and Navos, the font size will change. So I'm just going to go ahead and update that. I'm going to come over here and go to Navos 2, print copy, same thing all over again, print area already set, print to PDF, repeat steps for Navos 3, and you have created 1 day's worth. When you are ready to go to the next day, all you're going to do is come back to your order sheet. I'm going to input 410, press enter. Same thing, all of the information will be pulled in and correct. I can come over to pack list pivot, pivot table analyze, refresh, and we are good to go. It is simple as that. I hope this video was approachable. If you have any questions, there are tons of links and comments and examples listed in the training guide. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much.